right now?
I was drinking my cold brew. My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, me too, man. Cheers for these Starbucks white people shit. That honestly doesn't taste that great, but it wakes me up so fast. The nitro cold brew shit. Anyway.
Yep, that's all I use it for.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RedTheWarriors.com. My name is Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. That's just we're talking all this shit today. Obviously, the biggest, the only thing people are talking about right now. Well, maybe not right now, but for the last couple of days was UFC 247. John Jones, Dominick Reyes. John Jones gets it. First of all, a unanimous decision for some reason, but okay, gets the win. Right, bottom line. A lot of people saying Reyes got robbed. We're gonna go second with Fred because I have a feeling he's gonna have a lot to say about this one. So Jesse, what did you think about the fight and was Dominick Reyes robbed?
Not robbed, but I think both Fred and I might have the same opinion of this.
Fair enough. Go first.
Hopefully, this is the wake-up call to John Jones to stop messing around at 205 and challenge himself, or end up getting beaten by some chump like Dominick Reyes. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, here we go. Let's get the fuck to it. So that's part of it. And boy, I wish to God, please, all you motherfuckers watching this, please retweet this cocksucker. I wish we had a bigger platform, because boy, I've been waiting to come on and fucking say this shit. I've been sitting around watching all these videos, and don't get me wrong, I like Luke Thomas. Generally speaking, I do like Luke Thomas. But Luke and fucking Brendan Schaub and all these fucking cocksuckers have been, and I'm sure most of them made Twitter, have been carrying on about how you don't judge the fight as a whole. It's the 10-point. And I'm always quick to come on. I had the same opinion in the Holloway-Volkanovski fight. I do feel like you have to beat the champ. Let me start by saying to all you stupid, goofy fucking cunts out there, I know that's not how the rules work. Motherfucking douchebaggers, I get it. It's a 10-point must system. Every round, one gets 10, one gets 9, possibly 8. I fucking get it. What I am saying, though, is when you were fighting, real talk, if you're not a John Jones hater, what impartial fan out there wanted to see John lose his title in that fight?
Me?
You're a full of shit.
No. Wait.
You wanted to see that legacy ruined on that fucking performance?
I did. And I told you last week why. Because this is the kind of stuff that we're going to keep getting until John Jones wakes up. Because what is he doing right now on social media? He's justifying the win. I won. I won 4-1. He barely had anything for me in that second round. He's showing highlights of and he's like, oh, I'll take those points too because of the defense I put up. So we're just going to keep doing this. This is what we're going to keep doing.
Listen, okay, yeah, Jesus, you're right. But you're proving my point, you cocksucker. You're being a hater. For good reason, but you're fucking hating. Nobody wants to see a fucking decade-long legacy come to an end like that. Does anybody feel like John Jones got his ass whipped in that fight?
In the first 2 rounds, a little bit, but not.
You better fucking stop it.
Wait.
Yeah, he did not get his ass whooped. He was way more hurt, visibly damage-wise, in the first Gus fight.
But here's my question to you. Oh, Jesus, Eddie's gone. Do you think that John Jones walked into that octagon completely underestimating Dominick Reyes, and Dominick Reyes put a beating on him in the first 2 rounds? Then he woke up and was like, oh damn, like I really actually got to get in this fight and do something other than just cruise along.
Okay, look, and I'm gonna use Kairos. What's up, dude? This is my point right here. No one wants to see a dynasty end like that. Demetrius Johnson is crying right now.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
No. How the fuck did you? Are you gonna give Henry Cejudo the win over DJ? But Reyes got. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. That's a fair point. That was a little bit of a shit.
Yeah.
I didn't love seeing DJ lose his belt like that too. But if we're keeping it a bean, their fucking legacies are not comparable. And I've seen people out there saying that DJ beat better competition. Are we all smoking fucking crack? I mean, I know John likes a little blow, and we're getting wild these days, boys. DJ's competition level.
You make a good point. You make a good point.
Close to what John Jones has done. Y'all, young heads, might forget who Shogun was when John Jones destroyed him. Y'all might see Rampage getting beat up by Fedor. Y'all forget that when John finished him, nobody was finishing Rampage.
You know what, Fred?
Twice. DC twice. The list goes on and on.
I got your list.
He's got none of those. I'm sorry. Like it's not. But I do see that point, and I'm not. I agree with that.
Fred, I think I'm the biggest Demetrius Johnson apologist. You know, I think I argued with you guys the most about his legacy in the UFC, and I think it hurt me the most to see him get his title ripped away by some judges. You know, and some. You know, it was a close fight, but I think you're underselling the point of the fact that John Jones is the best fighter in the UFC, possibly the best fighter that we've seen in quite a long time. And the fact that he's just mulling around and he's going to get snuffed out by some chump is what is going to piss everybody off. And I think the thing is that people don't realize that if he loses to some chump, let's say like a Dominick Reyes, and I'm not saying chump like, you know, like he's not a fighter. He's not a top competitor.
Hey,
but a chump like
real reckless with that mouth tonight. I ain't calling nobody a chump, Jack. Like
no.
He was impressive.
No, because here's the thing. A chump because he's not the guy that's going to carry that championship to 7, 8, 9, 10 title defenses down the line. He's going to be a guy kind of like back in the day when, you know, who was it after BJ Penn lost the title? You know, it kind of changed around for a little bit. Also yeah. Everybody's just kind of handing the belt around. It's going to turn into like the heavyweight title before Stipe, right? Like just everybody kind of gets a turn to take the title home every once in a while, go back in, lose it. Next guy gets it. That's not what we want. And that's not what I want. But what I want is for John Jones to actually be doing what he's supposed to be doing. What was John Jones supposed to do on Saturday night?
Motherfuckers. Mark him.
He was supposed to go in there, walk right through Dominick Reyes and announce his idea of going up to heavyweight and destroying the heavyweight division and showing everybody what's up. Yet, what are we getting? We got a really close fight where he almost lost by some idiot judges. Now. We could get to the judges in a little bit, but what I think we're both trying to say is that Demetrius Johnson, great as a champion he was, it was a shame he lost the way he did. But if John Jones were to lose the way that Demetrius lost, that would be one of the biggest disappointments in this sport. That would make probably Dana White cry in the back for sure.
But point taken though. You are right, Carlos. Like that was lame too. Seeing I go to Holloway. I thought the Volkanovski fight was too close. I'm sure I'm in the minority on that. I like to see the champion. You know what fucking decision I felt like? Let's see. What's the last decision I felt like was righteous? Usman versus Woodley.
Okay.
That's how you take a belt from the champion. There was no fucking dispute that Tyron lost that belt, right? After the fight, right. Tyron himself is like, yo, here go the belt.
Yeah.
That's what you need. If half the room still thinks the champ won, and surely in this fight were the last 2 rounds, and again, I get it. I know the rounds don't weigh more. But for me, just being a Raw fight fan, I see that. I'm like, yo, don't take that belt from John. If that fight goes another 2 rounds, John's probably get the finish on dude. Like, I don't want to see him lose his belt like that. Now, Eddie, pull that. Will you pull up John's record again? Was that what you had?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Pull that up for me again, because you are right, Jesus. If you look at fucking John's record, look at these cocksuckers. Now look, every fucking fight on. I mean, you can go down to the Shogun fight, Jack, to where he wins the belt. Every fucking fight, starting from Shogun, Mauricio Hua, every fight from that point on, where it's a real tough guy, John has his most impressive performances. Every time.
Yep.
Rampage, Lyoto, Rashad, Vitor, Chael. And again, look at the dates by these. 2012, 2013. Beating those guys in those years fucking meant something. Glover Teixeira, 2014. You know what I'm saying? And then, what is that? 2016, he gets the OSP fight. And it's a little, OSP's by far the lowest level of competition he had fought in a long time. Then he comes back against Gustafsson. What happens? He looks fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn Anthony Smith. Yeah, like every time he fights to the level of his competition. So I do ultimately agree with Jesus. I think that it's definitely a move to heavyweight. I mean, what are we gonna do? Wait on fucking Big Nips and Blachowicz to fight?
Jesus.
I mean, seriously, and that would be even more disheartening if fucking Corey Big Nips Anderson out and beats John Jones and becomes our champion. I flat ain't putting up with it. I will.
That's my point, though, Fred. I get what you're saying, what you guys are saying about me throwing around the word chump, but what I'm saying is like these guys aren't up to be championship material when you've got John Jones at the top, right. And if one of these dudes are the ones that dethrones John Jones, that throws that championship. It just puts it to shame because you basically had the best guy in the division, in the sport, get dethroned by some, top 10, maybe top 10 guy.
Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. I'm actually okay with John Jones getting dethroned by one of these guys. My point is, though, dethrone him. If Dominick Reyes would have came out and starched John Jones in the second round, I wouldn't be here giving on some bullshit about how John got cheated. He would have got knocked the fuck out and he would have got his belt taken like many a great fighter before him. I mean, I hate to be that cunty guy that says don't leave it in the hands of the judges while I'm sitting there with fucking barbecue sauce on my fingertips looking at the fucking screen. But goddamn, I didn't choose to be a fighter. I chose to sit my fat ass on the computer and talk about it. So suck my dick. My opinion, you got, especially if you are on the highest level fighting for the most prestigious prize in the sport, you have got to fucking take it. Do we not know that at least by now in the sport? You cannot go, oh man, them judges was wild, dog. Them judges, I mean, how many fucking times have we seen this movie?
You're right, Fred. But I think also you have to take into consideration kind of like the whole night, right? Number one, we had Joe Rogan point out that there was a judge that wasn't even watching a fight. What was he like? Basically, like, kissing babies and taking pictures with people in the crowd instead of actually watching a fight that he had to put a decision in. And then later on,
checking his
what's
Tinder.
that?
I think he was his Tinder. What are you gonna?
No, I get it. I mean, you're a judge. I guess he could get some clout by that, but whatever. What I'm saying is like there a lot of people are sour on the fact that they felt that Dominick Reyes had 3 rounds in the bag going into those last 2 rounds, and it should have been a Reyes win because John Jones didn't do enough in 2 rounds to swing the pendulum so hard in his favor to be able to overcome those first 3 rounds where he didn't look as great.
On that point, here's a question. Otis says, hey, everyone, in the Reyes-Jones match, who did you give the round 3 to? I gave it to Reyes slightly.
Me too. I gave it to Reyes, and I still sit here contradictorily telling y'all I think John won that fight.
No. But let's do this, Fred. Let's go off of Pride rules. I would still say that Reyes did enough overall to overcome the last bit of that fight. Now, to do Pride rules, though, we'd have to have the first round should be 10 minutes, I think it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So to have 10 minutes of continuous fighting would have put a lot more pressure on these 2 fighters and would have given us, I would say, a much better showing from the both of them, But I think breaking it up into those 3 rounds, it's just so difficult to really say that one guy didn't beat the other. And I agree with you, Fred. The way we want to look at it, it changes from fight to fight, right? We want a domination of one fighter from another. We want Adesanya taking the title, right? Knocking out the former champion and becoming the new guy.
Yeah, but you can't trust the judges though. We should. At that point, just throw them away. Finishes only, sub only, or whatever. Like sub only
Okay.
jiu-jitsu. Everyone hates IBJJF scoring. I hate it. I fucking can't stand point jiu-jitsu, but we doing that.
We can't do that. So
Okay,
fair
there
enough.
you go.
Wait. But actually, here's a little idea that we've talked about before, and they're going to try this weekend at Invicta, which is open scoring.
Yeah.
So, Fred, do you think with open scoring, we could see a difference in these type of fights, whereas the fighters are going to know, like John Jones would know, okay, you're down 3 rounds going into those championship rounds, quote unquote. Now we get to see a different dynamic of John Jones going, okay, I've lost the fight completely unless I put this guy away. I got to do something to make it happen. Fred?
I don't know. I don't know really what to say about open scoring. On one hand, I think that it would work better. I like the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's judging it? If these contenders can't get the 10-9 right, then who's to fucking say they're going to be able to deal with something as open-ended as an open score? Like, at that point, it does sort of just become your opinion on, like, judging the fight overall. Like, okay, who do I feel like won this fight? And I don't know. Am I wrong for putting any credence on the fact that if the fight would have went on, John Jones would have won? Like, I realize that don't matter, and this competition is now over. But God damn it, this ain't a football game. Fuck your fourth quarter. They're fighting. And at the end of the 5th round, the champion's on you, giving you these, and they hit the bell. It's like, I beat you the first 3 rounds, boy. Like, get out of here.
But that's the game, though. That's how you score it.
Fuck this. This ain't no game. It's bloody.
We had this.
Okay, well then change the way you score it. Then that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what we come down to at the end. Is change the way you score this shit. 10-point musts don't work no more.
I'm wrong. By all accounts, I'm wrong. You're right. Okay. No, but to be honest,
I get what you're saying.
This is how it's scored. It is a 10-9 must system. More than likely, you got to give Dominick them first 3 rounds. He should have won a split decision against John Jones. But God damn it, I'm happy that John didn't lose his title in that fight. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
Look, Fred, I don't think you're.
Go ahead.
No, I don't think you're wrong in the sense that as fight fans, what's the whole point of this, right? Is to prove one guy's better than the other, right? And it's kind of like we had this discussion with what was it, Nate Diaz and Masvidal, right? Mm-hmm. And I know Eddie was super pissed off about that fight getting stopped that way. And what was the whole point that I kept telling you guys? This is a sport. If you want to have a fight to the death, or at least until someone's unconscious, then go out into the parking lot and handle it there, because that's the only way fights are going to have a finish, right? Most of the time, unless cops show up or whatever. But what I'm saying is, if we're saying that we have a set of rules and a set amount of time to figure out who's the better guy,
right?
That's how it has to be judged. But here's the other thing. The other thing is you have to have people that actually know what the hell they're looking at to be able to tell one guy or the other whether they're going to get the second half of their paycheck or not.
Exactly. No, you're right. And the judges they need to figure out the judging thing for sure. I don't know who the fuck this Solis guy was, but fuck that dude. All right, let me catch up on some comments real quick, and then we'll keep going. Otis said John should stay at 205 because if he goes to face Ngannou and Stipe at heavyweight, he's gonna get dropped. If Ngannou lands on John like Reyes did, John is out cold. I tell you what, he'll get on skates real fast, but he beat. What's up, Fred?
But I said this on the Loudmouth show earlier this week. Good. If John takes a fight at heavyweight, there's several great things.
Yeah.
A, he gets all the motivation that we all know he needs to prove his best self.
Right.
B, if he does get knocked out by Francis, no harm, no foul. He still can come down to 205 and fight, whoever the fuck they can rustle up from it. Bro, John could move up to heavyweight, fight Ngannou, get knocked out, come down to 205, fucking give Corey fucking Big Nips the bird, and bring up what's the skinny prick? Fucking Adesanya.
Yeah.
Fight him at 205. Like a fight at heavyweight, I have no idea why he's not already winning. Because here's the thing, right? For me, sorry, go
ahead.
These fights against Dominick Reyes and Anthony Smith and Thiago Santos are way more dangerous, because if Dominick would have knocked him out, that
bad look.
Everything. What changes everything? Yeah. That is John's career and how he is the lion at 205. If he gets dethroned there, it changes his whole legacy. If he gets knocked out at heavyweight, he can come back down to 205 and be like, hey, fucking heavyweight wasn't for me, Jack. And I mean, yeah, it's a loss, but it doesn't weigh heavily on his legacy. Not like a loss at 205 is going to. Whoever beats him first at 205 changes the game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think this becomes the Anderson Silva type thing, right? Because of the fact that we saw Anderson go up in weight and just take any fight possible there. I mean, what did he have, like 3 or 4 fights?
He went 3-1 or something like that, 4-1. The only 205 fight he lost was against DC. But
DC.
Yeah, who hugged him.
It was all comers.
There's no look. If he goes up to fucking if Jones goes up to heavyweight, it'll be something with Anderson, right? There's no losing for him.
Not really.
He doesn't lose. If he loses, okay, he takes another L on his record. Okay, fine. But Fred's right. It's a win-win for him. He goes up and wins, fine. He goes up and loses, fine. Like, he's not losing anything.
He still got 2. Look, Holloway just did it. Was anybody less enthused for the Volkanovski fight because he got thumped on by Dustin Poirier? No.
Yeah, exactly.
We all knew it was at 55. We're like, it's good, bro. You, if anything, you get the respect for moving up. A whole bunch of motherfuckers won't do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Otis says the only fights at 205 for John are Reyes and Santos rematches, and the winner of Big Nips and John. What do you think?
Again, unless you're a John hater, like, those fights aren't sexy.
Right.
I mean, I know he almost lost to Reyes and Santos, but who really wants to see those rematches? Like, really, there was no where was your oh shit moment in these fights?
Where he backed him up and John Jones was covering up, looking like he was hurt. Look, Fred, I get what you're saying, but actually, can I say that it's actually very sexy for me, those fights, those rematches, and I'll tell you why. The rematches, not the Big Nips, Corey Anderson one. Rematches because at every single rematch that John Jones has had, he has looked better than in the first fight. All right. With the DC fight, went the distance, kind of looked like DC might have had something for him. The second time they fought, he knocked him out. All right. You have Gus. Gus took him, gave him the best fight that we've ever seen John Jones be in. And then in the rematch, he just made Gus look like a chump. I like the rematches because at least it's going to give John Jones that, like, dominance in those divisions. But I agree with you. We can't have this no more. We can't have him going up against Corey Anderson, because what if Corey Anderson takes him down and lays on him for 5 rounds and he gets some crap ass decision, like boring decision, and that's how John Jones loses his title? That's not what we want.
That's what Fred was saying. Yeah,
you're right about that.
Yeah. Cairo says John has 10 plus Hall of Famer wins. There's guys on John's resume still winning, and every one of his wins, the guys were either undefeated or on a rampage, pun intended. That's the point. Man.
That's a fact. I mean, you can bring up the steroid abuse, and there's not a whole lot of argument against that. But beyond that, his record speaks for itself.
Jody has arrived. Jones ain't gonna win no fucking heavyweight fight. He just proved at this fight. I see him tweet me out.
That right there is why he needs to
go up.
So we all can have that conversation and be like, oh yeah, Jones, you gonna get that ass whipped now, baby. It's like you fighting Debo. What's up now, Craig? Motherfucker. Come up to 205.
Okay,
what about this right here? A wrestling trilogy fight between John Jones and DC.
Not gonna happen.
Heavyweight? I mean,
if it's heavyweight, I'm down for it.
It has to be heavyweight.
Yeah. But honestly, man, there's tons of good fights for John at heavyweight. Everything about John at heavyweight is intriguing. And I'll tell you another thing. Here's another problem with, say he does stay at 205, hypothetically. Corey Anderson fights Jan Blachowicz this Saturday, right?
Yep.
Hey, let's say I think Corey's going to win. So let's say, as much as I can't stand no big nips, cute prick just keeps coming through, right? So let's say he wins, right? That puts him in line for a title shot. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, John keeps up this little tirade he's on. He wants to, build a record that nobody will ever be at 205, so on and so forth. Well, what happens after that, smart guy? Say you make us all watch the Corey Anderson fight and you beat Corey. Then what? Like, there's literally nobody. Like, there's no more generations. There's no more weekend. And fuck your rematches.
He's got to go up.
He'll be forced to go up. Why not just make the stride now and let 205 kind of shake and groove a little bit? If John fucked off for a little while, 205 might become entertaining.
It kind of did when he was gone.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah, it did.
A little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you another thing too. On a side note, I don't know if Tevin's watching, but I know his little dick had to be hard as fuck watching that fight because going into the fight, the whole Israel Adesanya fight, I thought, I love you, Izzy, but you ain't big enough. You ain't big enough, bro. After the fight,
you're down for it.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like I seen John get out wrestled or some shit, but after that fight, John seems very vulnerable, very good. So a fight with Izzy is all that more intriguing to me now.
Right. And my God says all credit to Reyes though. He gave it all and took it to Jones. Not bad for his first fight going 5 rounds.
Oh, right. Not at all. And listen, all joking, we're the keyboard warriors, so we like to give it hard on this show. That's what you tuned in for. All bullshit aside for a minute. Shout out to Dominick Reyes. He does deserve it.
100%.
Did look fucking impressive. All things being equal, he should have beat the greatest of all time. And the rules that we do score it now. Texas judges are morons. And let's just fucking well, I'm getting at myself. But that fucking judge, and what he was part of the other bad decision, and then he was the one that gave the first round to Trevin Giles.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Yep. How ridiculous was that?
Fuck. He gave a 4 rounds to 1, right? That was his scorecard, 4 to 1.
Same guy. And then,
Jesus.
like I said, look, in the John Jones fight, at least, you know, what are you gonna do, right? Some of them rounds were kind of close or whatever. In the fucking James Krause Trevin Giles fight, he gave the first round to Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles spent that whole fucking round with James Krause on his back, about to choke the piss out of him. I seriously, and look, this begs a bigger problem that I suppose we could just get into a little bit, but I don't know what you're supposed to do about these judges. Yeah. People live in the fantasy world where Dana White or the UFC have any control. They do not.
Right.
It's up to the commissions, and then every state has their own commission. They're like little gangs and little mafias. Like, you can't really make them do nothing. But that kind of judging, that level of incompetence. I mean, look, the Jones-Reyes fight, fair enough, whatever. I mean, I dig it. Reyes should have won. But, boy, I don't fucking understand how the fuck you give Trevin Giles that first round. I cannot get over the fact that he gave Trevin Giles that first round.
Eddie, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much any other league like the NFL and baseball and everybody, they basically have their own refs, right? Like they employ the refs. Right? Like they bring the refs.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, I think literally the only solution for this is to the UFC basically curate their own judges, their own refs, and basically bring them wherever they go. I mean, because as we're seeing, these guys are basically boxing judges that get called on the night of an event, and they go, "Hey, you're not busy on Saturday, are you? No, okay. Hey, come down and watch a fight, judge it."
Here's the thing about the judges, though. The judges are there from the state specifically to avoid any kind of bullshit from the UFC. Like, you know, if the UFC have their own judges, right, or their own refs or whatever, like. If you get a bad decision or a bad fucking result, something you didn't like, the first thing you're gonna say is, "Well, the UFC rigged it for so and so." You know what I'm saying? That's the states are there to regulate. Now, I agree. I get what you're saying. Like, that sounds like a really nice solution and everything, but you'd have to be like, "All right, UFC, you're on the honor system. Do it right."
No, I'm saying like,
goes wrong, you're like, "Hey, fuck you guys. You guys cheated."
But I think of it this way: you have an independent body that's hired by the UFC to basically oversee these guys, and these guys are the ones that go out, train the judges, make sure, like you could appoint a guy like John McCarthy and Herb Dean to be the head of that stuff, and those are the guys that are teaching these guys how to do this thing right. Yeah. Because other than that, we're just going to keep getting this crap judging every single time.
It sounds like USADA.
Listen, I'll tell you what I said before, and y'all ain't gonna want to hear this. Ain't nobody gonna want to hear this, and this definitely isn't the greatest answer for y'all. But me personally, I kind of feel like we just need to wait for these motherfuckers to die. Eventually these dinosaurs will die, and we'll get younger judges who grew up on MMA who just kind of understand it, man. Like right now, we're just dealing with these boxing judges. I mean, most of these judges are like 60, 70 years old, right? 40, 50 and shit. Like they just don't fucking get it.
Fire these motherfuckers.
Yeah, but and Sean is right. Like, I mean, even in boxing, they have like some real shady decisions from these judges because they're like, what's that, like they're just in the system, and they just get picked because they've been there the longest. Like, oh well, so and so. What was that? What was that lady that used to be all the time that we used to talk about? Something Bird.
Adelaide Bird.
Yeah.
Adelaide Bird. And that's the problem, right? Because you're picking from a pool of people that are they I guess they kind of know boxing, but they're handpicked because they've been there for so long. They must know how to judge fights, and then they go into a sport that has nothing to do with boxing. Like it's not the same system, yet you want them to judge that. It's like it doesn't make sense. But here's the thing, Fred. I get it. Like removing those old people once they're gone, great, they're gone, blah, blah, blah. But I also think the bigger problem is that a lot of those old people retire to become teachers to teach the younger generation, because to be a judge, you have to shadow a judge, and you have to like kind of, do your point system and stuff, show your card to the judge that you're shadowing. And he's the one that tells you, breaks it down how you shouldn't do it. And so these guys are passing on their dumb knowledge to the new generation. So again, we're just kind of recycling that process, and see, like, what we need to do is get away from these judges that don't know MMA and bring in people that are former fighters and stuff like that, and get them to, really teach the judges how to judge a fight.
I love MMA guy says, I watched the fight with the commentary off on my couch in my basement with my eyes closed, asleep like the judges, and still gave it to Reyes.
Here come all the Is that what it is?
I just want to see Jones and Connor partying, says Jody. There you go.
I mean, to be fair, Jody, I am fucking with you on that one. That would be epic. I quite frankly, I would like to join that.
There's a fucking MMA guy's brought a good point that he said on Twitter. Oh, here it is. What do you think of this? MMA guy says, should they only hold title fights in Vegas? That's an interesting point.
It's not a horrible idea. It's not a horrible idea, to be fair, man. I don't think it's necessarily logistically possible all the time. But I can't think of a negative thing to say about it.
It's a good point. It's a good idea.
I mean, you're right. But and the thing is that they're now going to have Raiders Stadium. What is it, in like a year or two? So I think they would definitely have enough space to fill that arena up. So I don't think it would be.
Yeah, that arena is going to be done before next season. They have to. They just finished up in Oakland, right?
Yeah. You're right. So see, I mean, look. I think that the issue that we have is also that they don't pay these guys a lot of money. So it's not like a fighter is going to go for like, what is it, like $50 for a night of watching fights? I mean, it's cool because it's cool for us because we get to watch fights right up close and we get to judge them, right? But for a fighter, like taking a day out of their weekend to go travel, go to this event and judge for $50 or like $100 or something like that, it's not worth it to them. It has to be. I mean, something has to change where like they can get paid better. What's that?
I feel like y'all be exaggerating. Everybody be saying that they get $50, but they get more. Don't they get like at least like 500, 600, 1,000.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna find out what you got to do to be a judge, and I'm gonna fucking sign up.
Okay, you want to know what you got to do? You gotta sign up for a seminar from anybody that's accredited. So like a Herb Dean.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? There's another one.
Wait.
Big John. I don't think Big John does it anymore, but Fred, I think Herb Dean.
Wait, Fred, what you say?
Can we find out how much they actually got paid? Is that possible?
Let me find out.
Like I find it hard to believe they're literally only making. But listen, if they're actually only making $100 for this,
okay, let's see.
Like if that's not an exaggerated number. There are fucking sluts walking the streets that make that much money in less time than a UFC card, and I'm not being cute.
No, yeah, it's very low, and I think Herb Dean even said that one time. I think he got paid like I think the most he'll get paid is like $400-500 for UFC main event, pay-per-view, all that stuff. Like they'll pay for your travel, I think sometimes, and sometimes they won't. They're basically telling you that it's a privilege for you to go and judge their fights, basically. So we're gonna give you
at least a rack, like at least a band.
No. Yeah. I'm trying to find the numbers that I'm finding don't really seem right. For example, this is from 2011. About $1,250 for a ref, about $950 for a judge, according to Keith Kaiser, NSAC chief. This is back in 2011, though. I don't know what it would be now.
See, that's what that sounds about right. I mean, not right. To be fair, not right, but like a couple grand a card. I mean, I guess to be honest, that still ain't that much money. I mean, we could get the judges like 5-10 bands, right? If they're doing their job right and shit. Like, how much money is that possibly? 30,000-40,000 for the judges?
Right. Here's a guy that used to judge in Illinois. He said he judged at a UFC event, and the event was televised. He was paid $500 for judging that night, but if a card had a title fight on it, he'd get $800. So I mean, I guess it depends on the state. It'll tell you how much. But
okay, but that is kind of trashy, though. I mean, it's okay.
True,
like
true,
500.
True, but you're getting it for one night for like one day of work.
Yeah, but you have a very important job.
Very important job. No,
like,
I totally agree.
Press that comes with. I mean, you low key the most important motherfuckers in the building, and y'all get paid like
outside of the fighters. Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like 500. God damn, like the bitch making DW's drinks in the back makes that
more than that.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody doing any service in that building makes more than $500 fucking dollars. What the fuck?
And that's the thing, Fred. Like. You're putting a lot of responsibility on people that don't get paid a lot to do the job.
Yeah,
I mean it's a real common thing. But think about it. Even in boxing, you know, where the purses are a lot bigger, those people still don't get paid a lot, and that's why you have a lot of this like, you know, under the table like corruption where a judge will take a couple bands to make sure that somebody wins. You know, this is the reason.
Wait a minute. That just hit me. Yo, why? I mean, maybe I just have a cheating mind frame, but now I'm just thinking, if this news gets out to me and I'm John Jones and I'm like, yo, how much the judge is getting paid? 500.
I got y'all.
Send all the judges a nice big fat fucking rack of whatever the fuck, signed Daddy John. Like, y'all only getting 500. That's ridiculous.
Then in the boxing,
a mistake. What is it? What is this? A white gentleman? What kind of pussy is he like? What the fuck? We're gonna get him something sent over there. Like, if these judges are getting so paid little, how are they not the easiest bought people in the world?
No,
because it's like you're volunteering to do this, and they're basically saying, well, you get the best seat in the house. You don't have to pay for your ticket to watch these fights, and you get the most important job of deciding who wins.
My motherfucking mind is blown a little bit. How soon do we get the names of these judges before an event happens? I mean, this is if these motherfuckers get paid that kind of money, like they would be easy as fuck to buy, right? What are they, fucking the Lord Jesus Christ? They're not buying. Everybody in the world is fucking up for corruption. Everybody loves getting that bread. You tell me these motherfuckers make $300 and Greg Jackson couldn't send somebody over there with a big fucking sum of money. Like, yo, make sure if this shit goes to a decision, check it out. Dominic don't win.
I'm pretty sure they announced.
You see,
they announced the ref and the judges and shit beforehand. So I'm pretty
sure.
How
long? But how many days do we got to get to them? If I'm
isn't it when they're handing out the licenses?
I'm not sure, but all I know is somehow MMAclickbait.com fucking starts putting out these clickbaity articles of so-and-so is going to be judging and reffing this fight. Like, all right.
That is strange. I never really thought about that. But
you would think they keep it secret,
dude.
They should just keep it secret, right, for gambling issues and shit.
Wow, that's curious, dude. I mean, I hate that I'm not Eddie Bravo look into it sort of guy, but
look into it.
Yo, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but look into it.
Are these judges incompetent? Nah, bitch. They getting paid Big Bang Hank. I
gotta catch up on some comments here. I think let's see. We're not using Pride rules. Oh, because Jesse, you were talking about under Pride rules, but he starts kind of clowning you. Let's do
WWF rules. This is my fan. I think this is my fan, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I think so. It might be.
09, were you the one that went after Jesse on Twitter? Because that shit was hilarious. Okay.
Now, what's up? Skip Bayless of MMA. Thank you.
The the smartest fans on Twitter.
Apparently Fred's wrong about Jones winning.
Smartest fans on Twitter. I'm always wrong. That's a fact.
I know, fair enough. Let's see. Anderson Silva beat James Urban, Forrest Griffin, 7 Bonner at 205. He lost to Cormier in 2 days' notice. Was it like 24 hours notice? Came in with a slice of pizza and shit and took the fight. No, you're right. 2 days' notice. You're right.
Forrest Griffin was 1 fight removed from being the champion as far as it goes at the time. But yeah, I mean, so it goes to show you, Jones could fight. And Jones, any fight at heavyweight is more intriguing and sells more than him and Corey or him and Dominic too, or him or fucking Tiago too.
Right. All right, let's see. Sorry, folks. There's a shitload of like comments I'm trying to get to. If they only get $50, then that's a fucking problem. There you go, Jesse.
Yeah, no shit. What the fuck?
Shit, my heroin clients make more a month.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm a little blown away at that. I always thought people were like exaggerating a little bit, and even if they were, even like $1,000. I mean, if you're talking about a card and fights that are generating millions of dollars, and we're literally the ones that are the judges, and y'all are fucking like paying us literal peanuts. Here's $1,000. What the fuck?
Right. Okay, real quick before we move on, because people start talking about this weekend. But co-main event, Valentina TKO's Chukagian. I thought we all figured it was going to go that way, honestly. Who's next for Valentina now? Because everyone's talking JoJo, Calderwood. Everyone's talking. Who's the other one they're talking about? Whaley.
I'm
sure.
gonna tell you who's next for her. God damn it, and it might come as a major surprise to y'all.
Okay. Angela Hill.
No.
Angela Hill's 115. My bad.
No. But listen. Real talk. Okay.
Go ahead.
Roxanne
Modafferi. Yes.
Okay.
I always trash her on the show. The old fucking broad came in and shut me up. She beat the fuck out of that fucking one-mouthy twat.
Macy Barber.
Listen, she's got the sexiest name and the biggest win. I'll be a son of a bitch if she don't deserve it. But I will tell you this. If Angela Hill does have an impressive performance at 115, I ain't hating at her moving up to 25 and taking the shot.
Fight.
I mean, because 125 is fucking, for the ladies, just in general, as far as it goes, that's a fucking dead division. But what are you going to do? Shevchenko needs to stay there and defend that belt and establish. I was arguing with somebody about this the other day. Like, well, why would Shevchenko stay there and John Jones? Bro, John Jones has been there since Moses was pants. That Shevchenko's division was literally just fucking invented like fucking 2 weeks ago. She needs to just be like, yo, figure it out, give me an opponent, and let me threat. That's why I'm like, shit, Roxy's a warm body. She's a veteran. She deserves it. Quite frankly, I think she takes a vicious beating in that fight. But what the fuck do I know? But
we say that every fight that she takes, and she fucking wins. It's a goddamn it, really.
There you go.
How about this? How about this, Fred? How about Jessica I? She threw her name in the hat. Huh?
UFC, give me another chance. No.
Oh God, that was sad.
Fucking thirst trap on that one.
Chick. She beat up her to the body, and then she's hands down. What's up?
She wasn't the one with the OnlyFans, was she?
No. OnlyFans is Panay and Rawlings.
Panay and Rawlings. Okay. It was Panay. Okay,
which, by the way, I haven't seen anything out of either one of their whatever.
I'm not paying them hoes.
No. But I mean, like the underground had like people like, who's gonna be the brave one that pays for it and posts on here? I just want to see what they got on there. I definitely ain't paying for that.
Good point.
All right.
Eddie bookmarked that page.
I did. I want to see if anything pops up.
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, screenshot posted to Twitter for Christ's sake.
For real. All right. Although I wonder if that's any like copyright issues come out of that. But anyway, all right. Diego Sanchez versus Michael Pereira this Saturday. Talk about some chaos. Like that's gonna be a fucking fight.
Let me tell you something. I always give it. Who are those pricks now? Mick Maynard and who's matchmaking over the UFC? Mick Maynard,
John
Shelby. I always give them the business. I'm a Joe Silva fan, blah blah. But I tell you what, every once in a while, you throw enough shit at the wall and something sticks. The cute pricks got this one right. This is a great fight.
Sick fight.
Diego is fucking Diego, and Pajanas, is that his name? Pajanas?
I don't know how you say it.
What are you gonna do? The fucking wild capoeira type trick is him.
Pajeda.
Pajeda.
Whatever it is.
All these Brazilians.
Doesn't matter.
But yes, this fucking fight. And you know what's great about this fight? At first, it seems very strange. At first, you're like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
But then, you think about it a little bit and you're like, sure, this is fun. Diego's got to fight somebody. He's fighting somebody with a very intriguing style, which Diego will, accommodate with his goofy faces and his fucking intense fighting style. Like,
Right.
I fucking can't wait for this fight. I have no idea what's going to happen, which that's always a good ingredient for a fight. Just not really knowing, being genuinely like, how are you going to call this fight? I don't know whether Homeboy's going to land a flying spinning back kick or Diego's just going to beat the dog piss out of him.
He just needs to come out of the tunnel going yes over and over again.
Oh, he's going to be shot out of a cannon.
He's another one that I'm hyped for this one. Yancy Medeiros with Lando Venata. That's a fucking fight.
Fire. This card is better than last week's card.
It might be better, yeah. And it's on ESPN Plus.
It is.
All free.
Obviously.
Yeah. Both those fights are fire, yeah. Ooh, here's a good one. Oh shit.
Although
Yancy
ain't fought in the month of Sundays, has he?
It's been a minute. Is Diego coming to his end?
Oh, he's gotta be, right? I mean, God,
we've been saying it for years.
He's 147 years old. I mean, Diego, as much as we joke on Yoel, Diego. I mean, God, you look at the guys that Diego was with. Rashad Evans looks 142 now on the Joe Rogan Experience, talking about fucking tripping on DMT. I mean, and the rest of the cast is a who's who, or where the fuck are they now? Like, Diego Sanchez is a dog, man.
That dude was season 2, man.
1.
Sorry, season 1. You're right.
1.
That's insane,
hey, bro.
Still doing it.
Griffin's probably like a cop in Savannah by now again. Like, it's insane that Diego is still doing it, and on a pretty high level.
I mean, he's fighting on the main card.
Listen, we'll touch on BJ at the very end there, but he's not in that camp. You know what I mean? He's still competing and looking okay.
Yeah, I know I'm with you. All right. Fred's on some shit. I don't trust these low paid motherfuckers. Good point. Montaña de la Rosa versus Montaña de la Rosa versus Mara, thick legs, Romero Borrella. Hey, Montana and her husband, she's fighting on the main card. I think her husband's fighting on the prelims. That's gotta be rough.
Is thick legs his name for her, or is that her legit name?
I don't know.
I have a fucking winner chicken dinner.
Yeah. This is Roxy, Fred's favorite fighter.
I mean, hey, I never have a problem coming on here and eating all the humble pie. I talk a lot of shit, so you gotta. And yeah, that's a good point.
Joe DeCarlo got the best chance. I Muay Thai wise.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably what they'll try to sell us. I really think it's Roxy though, because I just think it sells more. And I think
I agree. And if it's JoJo, Bullet's been fucking taking chicks down the last like 2-3 fights and being successful with it. So, and JoJo's jiu-jitsu is not the best.
Although
JoJo's fucking kickboxing is not the goddamn best. This Dr. Neville shit y'all can give to the birds, man. I don't. I do not see her doing this kickboxing y'all speak of.
All right, here we go, Fred. Valentina's a fox with red hair. I think Wei Lee's a fight if she steamrolls Joanna.
Listen. Here's the problem with the Wei Lee fight, man. Is it's y'all don't understand the art of foreplay, baby. We got y'all just want to ram it in there. You just you got to suck on those nipples.
No lube. Rude.
Yeah, we need
a
couple more fights. We got to build up. I mean, yeah, that's a good fight, but let's not blow our load too quick here. Let's let everything do it. Let's let everything marinate a little.
There's a reason they haven't booked Adesanya versus Jones yet.
Exactly. Listen. Sometimes that costs us. Sometimes somebody loses and we don't get those fights. But you got to. That's what makes them special when they do that.
That's the risk. Gods wants give me Jojo Val next. Okay, fair enough.
I ain't hating it.
Fred has fantasy of eating Roxy's ass. Look, Fred has said he would with quite a few chicks. We were looking at him like, really? I think that's when he would maybe say no.
I mean, listen.
I feel like he'd say no to that one.
She's kind of famous.
Silver lining, ladies and gentlemen. Silver.
You know what?
Silver fucking lining.
If she retweeted this podcast, I'd probably take one for the team.
Fred would be like that crack. Fred would be like that crackhead with Conor McGregor. He'd be taking that video of himself naked, Roxy on the bed, passed out.
Are we going to segue? Are we just going to let's
not yet? Let me get through more comments. We're going to talk about this. Let me get through the rest of these comments for you.
I'm going to have a slander in my goddamn boy. I'm going to tell y'all.
No, but that's all right. All right, here we go. Kara says this shit is not going to be competitive. They want Diego the fuck out of here, dude. I'm mad they made this fight. Right, but we want to see some violence. So he's not making a fucking title run.
Diego's going to get trashed then, Carlos.
Diego,
I I'm guessing that's what he means. But I mean, Diego is yeah, but Diego is nasty, dude.
Yeah. I mean, he's a Grizzly veteran. And the other cat, Pajera.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like if he catches Diego with some of that wild shit, then he'll fuck Diego up. But I almost feel like because in his last fight, that shit didn't pan out for him, right? Like his last fight was the first fight where that shit didn't really go his way, and he didn't really seem like he had much to offer once that shit didn't pan out. He could catch.
You're talking about Diego?
No. The fucking capoeira guy.
Oh, okay.
Back kick, dude. Like once that shit don't pan out, that second, third round come around, Jack. He ain't cooking with the same fire.
Where's Diego? Kairos goes, remember this conversation.
Yeah, you know what?
Hold up. Kairos is gonna fucking do a video response to your ass right after the fight.
And
that's just going on Twitter.
I'm gonna say something too.
I love that he does it though. I love that he does that.
I'm gonna start doing these video responses too. I love that he's the one that does it. And
he's so good at that though.
I'm gonna start doing it too. I'm not typing. I fucking type and I be getting outwitted typing and shit. Video responses too. It's a great idea.
No, seriously, Kairos has a fucking great thing going with that shit. I love that he does.
I like it too. Yeah, it'll just be text, and then it'll be his big ass head up.
Boom!
Like it'll be a video. Like fuck y'all.
It's so good though. All right. Hey, he's like, yes, do the videos. Yeah, you really should.
It's like anyway. Thread and shit.
Oh, here's a good question for everybody. I guess who's your favorite? Who's your fantasy fighter? Fuck. Oh, that's easy for me. Rachel Ostovich. Easy.
Yeah.
Or Tracy Cortez.
You know what? This might be different, to be fair. Like we've done like the top 5 fighters, or like the fighters that we find the hottest. I don't know if the fighter that I find the hottest will be the one that I would want to fuck the most, because traditionally the girls that are the hottest ain't really the best lays. Like to be fair, you kind of need Beck Rollins. I bet
you're
right. Could choke front of Harley. You know what I mean? Like she can probably take the whole thing, if you know what I'm saying.
You're probably right. No, you're probably right.
But I'm not saying she's my pick. I'd have to give that a little thought. But you know those like slightly nasty broads.
Dude, I think
can I recommend someone for Fred then?
Okay.
If you can remember her name, I don't really remember her name, but the chick that was supposed to fight at Combate Americas, she's from Puerto Rico, and she died or something, remember? And the whole Twitter sphere was like ablaze. And she didn't die, but she had like some horrible accident or something. She couldn't fight.
Not Angel Magana.
Yes, there you go.
Really?
She is bat crazy. And from what I hear, the craziest women are the best. So I think that would be right up Fred's alley.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Oh man. Okay, but we're going off with that.
You know what? I call me crazy, but you know who's probably a fucking freak?
Okay.
Roxy? I'll bet you Roxy probably takes a throat pounding like nobody else, Jack.
Well, I mean, hey, she's all into that cosplay shit. Yeah, she's into all that cosplay shit.
It's like, don't choke me with your hand. Take that fucking belt off. Get it.
Oh my god!
And, you know, she probably likes it real fucking tough. Roxy, I'm fucking on board. Your girl turned me on now.
Okay. Oh my god! All right.
Oh shit. Oh my god!
Wow. Tio took mine. Valerie Loretta. That chick is definitely crazy. That chick is crazy for sure.
Like, there's no way she's a good lady though.
No. She's fucking crazy. Have you seen her? She's got crazy eyes.
She's crazy.
She's no. She's the whole package. She's fine as hell and she's nuts. That's my pick right there.
Okay, fair enough.
Have you guys never seen that YouTube video of the guy talking about the hotness to crazy scale? No. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll send it to you. But it's a great video because they're saying the crazier a chick is, the hotter she is. And it's like if she's not crazy and hot, it's probably a dude.
Oh boy!
So, all right, I gotta send it to you. It's a great video.
Sean says Megan Anderson. If you're in the legs, that's a move.
Big though. Megan Anderson's big. I don't need that. I don't like that bigness. I don't like. Can't be towering over me, Jack. Then
like I'm a legs guy too. So she would be one, and Irene Aldana would be one. She got legs too. Jody's going Michael Chiesa. There you go.
Wow, interesting.
She likes that rugged mountain guy look.
Yeah, the rugged mountain, white beard and the hair.
Didn't fucking see that one coming.
Yeah. MMA guy says, no, not Angela.
Magana definitely got the snapper
Hey.
clap, Jack.
The puke green shit, though, is exactly what it'd probably be like.
She looked like her cookie stank.
Told you, Fred, Roxy.
Listen, I can't lie.
Fred's going to hell.
Fucking fat. Didn't exist. That was the first one in line, boys.
Holy shit. Oh, hold up. Rachel Ostovich, you had to beg me to slow down. Nah. We hit a nerve. Hey, you know what? Jody
slow down.
Jody has like her finger on the pulse of this show because everyone's going on this now. Oh shit, bro, you on one right now. I was kind of talking about you and Roxy. Oh, here we go. Roxy probably fucks with the glasses on now.
Oh, no, we got to take them off.
Yeah. I bet that chick is freaky as fuck. Oh, here we go. She says, don't knock my glasses off. Hey, she gonna be there with a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like band on the
Yeah, she gonna need them shit, Jack.
My beard's turning gray from all the crazy chicks I've dated. There you go. Hey man, that means you had some fun at least. Shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've lost where we're going with this shit.
Yeah, well, listen.
Eventually, where we're gonna get to Connor.
But listen, let's go on and do it. Role play. That would be fun. Let's go on and do it. We're talking about fucking broads, pussy, and sex and whores. Let's get straight to it.
Yeah.
The video surfaced. What do we know about this fucking video? Come on, people smarter than us, jump in the comments. Is this a video from years ago? Because let me start off by saying this. All right, here's the thing. I definitely don't think Connor was actually fucking this broad. All right. All hyperbole aside, and I told Eddie this before we went live, and now I'll say it again. Before we started with the fucking jokes, goddamn it, made Twitter the whole fucking motion. Before we started with the fucking tells, the only way I see Connor actually fucking this broad is if Connor's doing drugs. And I'm not talking about fucking a little blow with the boys. I'm speaking on like crack or meth. If he was fucking getting high with that broad all night, then maybe. Short of that, I don't think he was fucking her. Two things. This is not me being a Connor nut hugger. This is what I fucking heard. So y'all kiss my ass. I heard it was his cousin.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. My God.
B, I think he fucked that hoe's friend. And whoever that host friend was, the Armenian supermodel, she had taken off, and that bitch snuck in and went, like, where are we at where we think y'all realize Conor McGregor is one of the richest athletes on earth? Y'all know how easy pussy is to buy on the free market, guys, especially when you travel worldwide. You live in a place like fucking Ireland, Jack. You realize the caliber of women you can get when you're fucking Conor McGregor? Like, all bullshit aside, there's no way he's fucking that troglodyte.
Can I just say something, Fred?
Yeah, go and say some stupid shit, Jesse. Why not? That's what we're here for. Good. Tell me.
All right, cool. All right. My only example is Arnold Schwarzenegger and his mistress. That broad is just ugly. And you're telling me that Arnold couldn't afford to buy any good-looking chick or even get any good-looking chick?
Proximity. She was a maid at the house. Listen, sometimes you just want to catch a headshot. And she's
okay, but hear me out.
Proximity.
Would you wouldn't pick a super hot chick to be like, yeah, Connor would fuck that broad. You pick a chick that no one would ever believe you would fuck. Like we're doing it right now. Like, come on, this girl. You know what I mean?
But I have a phone in the room, then. I mean, listen, if I'm banging you, bitch, I gotta destroy your phone first.
I just gotta go.
You can't take it out. I need to hit it with a hammer.
You mean you got to do the A-Rod thing where you got to sign a contract and then at the in the morning you get a little gift basket, probably like some signed UFC gloves?
Fuck that. You signed the contract. If this shit comes out, you got to die.
Eddie, you remember that story, right?
Which one?
No fucking
I'm pretty sure it was A-Rod, where like he was banging the chicks, he would have them sign a contract, and then after in the morning they would get like a little gift basket.
No, that's a Derek Jeter. Yankees Derek Jeter.
Jeter. Okay.
See, by the way,
that's what you need to do.
Yeah, that's a genius thing to do. If MMA guy says if I had $100 million in the bank, I'd be doing all the drugs and hoes.
Yeah, but not that one.
Not the
you say that
with the broad. Yeah. No, I mean it's a good point. I don't know. I don't know if it's him or not.
The other hoes you have seen this dude with, it's not like that's the first time that Connor's got caught with bitches. Look at all the other bitches. They're all fucking like supermodels.
And honestly, dude, and I get the whole thing. Like he's super rich, super famous. It's kind of it's kind of difficult for him to to keep it to him, to keep it in his pants outside of his chick. But honestly, his chick is pretty she's pretty bad too.
Yeah,
I forgot her name. Someone. It's fucked up. I tweeted the video and I put just if you want to trigger a Connor fan for fun. I don't really give a shit, right? Like I'm like, let him go fuck for the broads. The first fucking tweet to that video is someone tagging her. Someone tagged her in that tweet. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Mind you, other people have tweeted that video out, and for somehow Connor's going around blocking these motherfuckers. I'm waiting to get blocked too. I haven't taken the video down.
Eddie, look at I think it's Teo.
We've all slayed some dragons for that drunk. Oh no.
Yes, fucking Teo. I've slayed a bunch of goddamn dragons.
Sure.
Me and you, my friend, we're no fucking C-Mac. Sitting on 100. And I'll tell you something right now. If I was sitting on his money, I wouldn't fuck that broad with y'all's dick.
Yeah.
And I would pay for it, but I'd just be like, no, bitch, I'm rich. I don't fuck people like you no more.
You say that.
No,
you say that.
I know that. I'd buy them. I'd have them lined up. From Russia, Asia, Vietnam. I'd have whores from around this planet. But bitches like that wouldn't make the cut. I'm too rich.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
Unless I was smoking meth with her, then I'm like, she's fun. What are you gonna do? Bitch got some mean dope, Jack. And she come around, we go to the moon. But like, other than that,
Sean goes, I don't know. I probably would have hit, but I'm only worth thousands.
right.
Thousandaire.
Exactly. Of course, all MMA Twitter on there. Oh my God, this is so disgusting. We all would have fucked that hoe.
Right here. It's exactly what I'm saying. If I was rich, I'd only get with ugly girls. No one will believe you, and more than likely, you're clean. There you go. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're just fucking around
until this happens and it blows up.
It's Teo, by the way. All right, cool. Teo. I was wondering. Teo. All right. All right.
Teo.
Yeah. So that was from one slandery video that people don't believe that it's him because there's tattoos or whatever. That's why I think it's a super old video. But apparently, Jody says it's a new video. But the other end, what?
No, they're saying because of the song that's playing. It's a recent song from last year that came out. Plus,
oh boy, I didn't pay attention.
I love the fact that all these like MMA investigators. Yeah. I don't know that all these MMA investigators are like pausing the video and like trying to get up close to see the tattoos. And
I see somebody was like, yo, that song came out in 2019. Somebody was like, ever heard of audio transfer, bro? Well, you shut the fuck up. The song.
Okay.
Came out this year. I mean, goddamn.
Here's the thing: people were defending it they were fighting that video so hard. His tattoo's not there. All this shit, and then I think I saw Museman put on Twitter. And everyone else, a lot of people did, but the only person I saw do it was Museman saying, "Hey, look, it could be that one of the, if you hit that selfie video or spot, like things could be reversed.
Right.
That could be his right side, not his left. Like I mean, shit like that. That's very true. You know what I mean? But
so sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Here is the thing. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
At the end of the day, like it's really none of nobody's business except for fucking D. Devlin.
Yeah, she's the only one that has to take the brunt of this whole thing. He doesn't give a fuck.
And here's what's funny about all that, right? Like you said, you tweeted and somebody tagged her. I'm gonna tag D. Oh boy, you saved the planet, didn't you, smart guy? You think D don't know that Connor's got his fucking dick and everything with a pulse for the last 20 fucking years?
Right.
Like, you're not awareing her that Connor cheats on her, bro. Like, their video surfaced pictures with broads years ago. Again, he's like that guy right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she knows what time it is. Like,
right. No, but the whole thing's fucked up. But yeah, end of the day, she's the one that has to deal with it, not nobody else. So, but by the way, she hadn't used that Twitter account since like 2017, something like that. So you didn't really tell anybody, bro.
Well, right. But after this, you think that she's like, oh my God.
No, but after this, yeah, exactly. After this week, she probably shut it all down. She's like, fuck it, I'm deleting all the apps. Anyway, all right.
If she was smart, she would.
She is smart though. That's the thing. I think she's smarter than people think. Like way smarter. Well, I think she's smarter than Connor.
She's way richer than us.
Way richer. Yeah. Here we go. Jody says, I almost posted a naked pic on my Facebook page. Fucking almost out of myself. Shit happens.
There you go. Are we
Hey man, Fred, in our business. Yep. Yeah, here we go. Fred's gonna post his dick again.
Hey, listen, you guys keep playing with the bullshit. Don't fuck with me.
God,
Well,
that shit was so funny. People were
I
actually.
still hold that's a fake pic, but whatever.
Oh my God.
We didn't see
Okay.
Fred's face, so
Hey, he go. Hey, when we all meet up in Vegas, Jesse's gonna be like, "Okay, we're in person now." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I can play with Jesus. I'll put it right on your fucking hand.
Hey, that'll happen, and then Jesse's gonna tweet out, "No, it was real. He was right."
Yeah. I'm gonna get him rocked up, and I'm gonna put him on Jesse's hand and take a picture. Is that good enough?
Hey, tell you what, the good point. D knows what time it is, just like John Jones' fiance knows what time it is. They've both been with dudes for like a decade and aren't married.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact, dude. Like I'm not, all bullshit aside, and hey, listen, more power to them. That it's not just them. To be fair,
Right?
Most of the wives of a lot of athletes,
high level athletes.
Yeah, man. It's
what
just
happens, man?
And celebrities, musicians, like this is just the way of the world, man. Super rich, powerful guys tend to be fucking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tony
all
Parker,
guys can be cheaters. What the fuck? As far as like imagine if you added enough money to where you can actually move around and do what you want.
Right.
Well, it would be nothing nice. You know what? I take it back. I probably did fuck that broad. I'd probably be fucking everybody too. Troglodytes as well. What are you gonna do, right?
Look, man, guys like that.
You're here. You're disgusting. You smoke a little meth. I throw you a stabbing, kick you out.
No, look, like fucking what's his name? Tony Parker cheated on Eva Longoria.
Yeah,
back in the day, and Tony Parker's Eva Longoria, one of the finest women on the planet. He cheated on her.
I always say
that dude that was married to Halle Berry. Remember?
Listen, Jesus, what's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal?
Your favorite meal? Yeah. If you're in prison and you're on death row, what's the meal you're eating?
Ooh, probably like something simple like steak and veggies.
Steak and veggies. Okay, you got to eat that for the rest of your fucking life, every fucking day. Steak and veggies. No cheeseburgers, no chicken. Steak and veggies every fucking day. How long you make it before you're fucking dying for a piece of tofu? You know what I mean?
Pretty
until I die.
Well, that's because you're a pussy. Me,
I eat tofu.
I get about a year and a half, and I'm eating some barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Variety is the spice of life. That's so true.
See, if you're asking me if I have to pick one meal for the rest of my life, and I know what I'm getting myself into, I'm gonna pick something that I'm gonna enjoy for the rest of my life.
Yeah, well,
not something that's just gonna give me some pleasure because it's my favorite.
I pick a meal that doesn't mind me bringing in other entrees from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Like I pick a meal that's like, yeah, baby, let's have some peas tonight, along with my thick ass meatloaf or a little bit of rice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god! Holy shit! All right,
it's called bisexual.
No, see, I'd be more like give me the pizza, the works pizza, and then I can just take stuff off, put stuff on for the rest of my life, and just have what I enjoy. See?
Sounds like that.
Problem solved.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like you're just pulling her tits off and the ass cheeks and just.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Yeah.
Just Mr. Potato Head in her.
What was that movie with these the two kids and they do some science experiment and they make like a super hot chick? Jesse, what's the name?
What? I'm sorry. What?
It's a movie.
I'm
Weird Science.
Thank you. Weird Science. Yeah. And that one chick comes into the room and she's like, like snacks and Game Boy and me. She's like in a freaking like bra and panties. Like that's the dream right there.
Eddie, are you sorry?
Yeah.
I was distracted by Jody's comments there.
Which one you want? The first one or there?
Just go by all of them.
Okay.
Just show Fred.
Jody goes, show me yours. I'll show you mine. Okay. And only in Vegas. I'm assuming he said. Pussy's toss of Jesus. Okay, hubby getting home at 5. Night out. Time to suck it. Wow. Go get him.
Listen.
Go get him, Jody.
I don't know what happened to her. I almost thought her account got hacked. She used to be a very mild-mannered
right?
I know.
I thought she got hacked too.
I think the fucking the keyboard warriors have had a good influence on her. But listen, you're welcome, Miss Jody's husband.
Enjoy.
You're getting way more way than me now. So
good for that guy. Good for you. He's gonna come home from work, long day of work, and he about to get wild. Good for you, dude. Good for that guy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean that too. I'm not really a hater.
No, seriously.
I'm always happy when somebody else is happy.
Hell
but dudes fucking banging out some snatch, it's like, fuck yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Or even some buttholes. I'm not a hater. If you're gay and you're banging out a butthole, that's
do your thing.
Bro, fuck yeah. I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Not that, but like I know what it's like to be about
I was gonna say, is Fred confessing something to us? He knows what it's like.
People hire weird.
And listen, Everybody's got a butthole, so let's not be fucking cute.
Sean says sometimes you some pizza delivered, especially if I'm fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I know. All right. I've had a few pizzas delivered. You know what I mean?
There you go. All right. The other story that was kind of like sort of ish this video is Nate Diaz. Oh, here we go. Jody says it's called Happily Married. Fucking best sex ever. Yeah, she's got a good point.
Yeah, I know. Look at she's there, you're there. Everybody's fucking married and happy and fucking. I get it. You fucking.
You know what? The world would be a better place if everyone was getting laid.
I think there's no
everyone
doubt.
Will be happy.
There's no doubt with that for sure.
I'm telling you, like seriously, get all these politicians out there. Let's start, let them get laid and all that shit, and then you won't have no problem, no bullshit.
Legalize prostitution. I'm here for it.
Why is it illegal? Yeah. Anyway, all right, we can go off on another podcast for that shit. All right. Anyway, the other side, you guys see that whole thing in Miami? Someone reported that Nate was in the hospital after getting in a fight with Miami cops. Turns out, when that allegedly happened, Nate was already in California. So someone fucked up because someone said MMA fighter got in a fight with cops, and he ended up in the hospital. The dude's last name was Nate, something like that. And so they said, "Oh, Nate Diaz," boom, went with it. And then they fucking pulled their story real fucking hard. They got clowned by MMA Twitter, and apparently now Nate's team's considering legal option, legal action. Nothing's gonna happen. But that's just stupid.
No, I think they should sue them into oblivion for being stupid. Kind of like being TMZ over there and reporting people dead when they're not dead. I think TMZ just did that with Bert Kreischer, right? They said that Bert Kreischer died of a heart attack.
Oh boy,
when he didn't.
Bert was probably like, "Nah, I'm still here."
I didn't know. Did TMZ report that? Usually TMZ's on.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did.
That's why no one believed it when at first when they reported Kobe. No one believed it because it's fucking TMZ. But as soon as everyone else started popping off with it, you're like, "Oh shit!" But yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so that was another one. And then BJ Penn.
Oh.
And so Hawaii police is investigating BJ Penn for DUI after this accident. So he apparently had an accident. The truck he was driving is fucked up. He got arrested. I think he got arrested, right? And then he's being investigated for DUI. It's fucking bad. He was speeding, losing control. It was here. Let me read the details here. This is from MMAclickbait.com, aka MMA Fighting. It says, all right. Hawaii police are investigating UFC Hall of Famer BJ Penn for driving under the influence after a February 7th truck accident. So this was a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. No, this is days ago. Holy shit. The accident occurred around 7:39 on a highway in Penn's native Hilo. Police received multiple calls of a black Toyota Tacoma truck that was speeding and losing control and had flipped into an embankment in front of a shopping mall. Police found Penn in the truck and took him to the hospital for immediate care. That was paramount for his safety. So he might have been fucked up. And his blood alcohol level was pretty crazy. So apparently they didn't give a number.
Oh, they didn't say?
No, I can't find it anywhere in the article. So it might be somewhere else. But regardless, they're looking at him for DUI. Man, that dude just fucking. He's having that like epic fall from grace and shit. I mean, it just sucks to see BJ Penn like that, man. For real.
Does it, or is this more of a symptom of what we've already seen since a couple years ago? Yeah.
I mean, it's more the same, right? But it's. I mean, when you're a wild boy, like you just keep it going after your fighting career, it's just rough to watch for real, especially when you're a legend like he is. So yeah.
I mean, at 41, you would think that he should be the king of Hawaii, right? He should be able to just relax and not be doing stupid stuff like this. But I mean, man, over the last few years, I mean, what was it? That whole thing with his wife, right? Where he was doing like blow or something and his daughter was there, like fighting with like his, his nephew or something like that, or his brother, getting into bar fights, getting beaten by some dudes.
He got knocked. He got knocked out, and then he got cut by the UFC. And then the Dana White said, "Look, I'll give you one more fight if you get your shit together," but he hasn't.
Yeah, dude, this is real sad, man. Like I've talked about this several times on the show before because I'm such a big BJ Penn fan. Like at this point, I like John Jones, I like Connor, I like Israel Adesanya. There's a bunch of guys that I enjoy. I like watching fight. Hell, I don't mind Colby. I like hearing his yap from time to time. But like BJ Penn was one of the guys that I really loved in the beginning of the sport. Like, you know what I mean? Like some of his fights are what just, I'm sure we all probably have those fights as MMA fans that you just see certain fights that just kind of transcend everything for you. And they're the fights that just really sucked you in and got you addicted to the sport. The early part of BJ's career, almost every fight was like that for me. The fucking first and second George fight, when he fucking won the belt and fucking when he defended the belt in Ireland against Joe Daddy, fucking blood everywhere, licking the blood off his gloves. I mean, BJ was, it's not like we're talking about just some guy who used to be a good fighter or who was a champion at one time. We're talking about a guy who was the absolute, pound for pound GOAT at a certain point in this fucking sport. And now, it's not like he's fucking, Tim Sylvia and he's went back to being a cop in Iowa. Right. He's literally self-destructing before our fucking eyes, man. And, with people dying as much as they are these days and shit, drug overdoses and things, like, I just really fucking hope that BJ can find some sort of reason to live, man. He's got kids and he's got still, even yet, he still has the legacy. If BJ could get his shit together and get out and start a gym and get some guys in Hawaii, maybe get Max to come out and fucking just kind of like help support, get a gym going with him and give himself something to get excited for. I think BJ still has the respect of the MMA community. He just has to get his shit together, man.
He has a gym. He has a UFC gym that the UFC gave him to be able to have an income and to not have to take fights and all this stuff. MMA Gods makes a good point. When he's training for something is when he's at his okay, or at his best, honestly. He's distracted. And at this point, it just seems like he might be the guy that needs to just keep fighting, maybe like bare knuckle or, what is it? One over in China, or even what is it? What's the other one? That they have the New Year's Eve events. Jesus, the Japanese one.
No. God damn it!
No more fighting.
Ryzen.
Yeah, Ryzen.
Yeah, listen.
No more fighting.
Yeah, no. Here's what BJ needs to do, man. I would like to see BJ compete in grappling competitions. I think that would be fucking fun. There's a ton of those out there right now. But I would like to see, I don't mean a gym that fucking Joe Schmoes go to. BJ, in my opinion, like I said, is one of the greatest martial art minds that are still walking this planet.
Right.
And I realize that not everybody's built to be a coach. So I don't know. And I know he never really seemed like he wanted to be a coach. But I think his fighting days are behind him. But that doesn't mean that he couldn't help young fighters. And if he could find a guy or a girl who was really good out in Hilo that he could get behind that was young, that he could train and fucking mentor and teach jujitsu and fucking all the shit that he knows about this sport and kind of live vicariously through them. Because he's old now, man. His body don't do the same things. Like he can keep fighting. He's gonna keep getting whooped on. Because the game has just passed him by,
right?
At least physically,
right. No, I was looking up shit about BJ Penn, like the latest details, but they don't have any more. Nothing more than what I just read. MMA guy says BJ flat out needs help. I totally agree. Oh, this guy. He goes, but was the truck still drivable though? So the other Tacomas are tanks. Who knows?
No, from what I understand, he flipped that motherfucker into a fucking ravine or some shit.
Yeah, poor BJ needs to Uber. Hey, get BJ an Uber sponsorship, and I guarantee. Well, I don't know. I don't guarantee he starts using it, but it'll be good for him.
Look. Someone mentions, about the mental health. I mean, look. At this point, the only person that's going to be able to help BJ Penn is BJ. All right. So us saying that he needs the help and someone needs to help him, it's just on him, man. And if he wants to self-destruct and make this a sad case, then I mean that's what we're gonna watch, unfortunately. But I mean, I understand what you're trying to say, Fred. He needs something to fill his time instead of doing these stupid things. Yet he has the opportunity. He has the opportunity to do all that stuff. He chooses not to. He didn't even want to train as hard as he needed to be the best in the world. I mean, he has that like weird, like, I just don't want to do things. And he's had all this time to kind of mull around and not do anything. I just don't know what we can do for the guy at this point. I mean,
right.
everybody has tried to like reach out to him. I know a lot of fighters from Hawaii, give him props. Yeah, like everybody goes and tries to get him to do things. Dana White probably wanted to give him one of those cushy jobs where it's just title and they give him some money, but they can't even do that anymore for the guy. So who knows, man? It's a sad state of affairs that we're gonna watch this guy self-destruct like this.
Right, that's what it looks like. I'm catching some comments, and then we only got a few minutes left before we have to go. All right, Teo saying BJ turned me from a casual into a degenerate. The second he did this shit, all of us were like, "Fuck yeah,
low-key, for real." Mm-hmm. I mean, I was already a degenerate, but yeah, like those are. I'll never forget that moment. Like you lick that blood off the glove. I mean, a lot of people have mimicked it since then, but
yeah,
there are certain,
Kane,
Anderson landed the kick on Vitor. Like there are certain moments that I'll just never forget, and BJ,
that's one of them.
Right up there, man. Yeah.
Every highlight video you see of the UFC, that's in there somehow.
And that was just such an impressive performance from him that night.
Right, and BJ does have a gym in Oahu. I remember that. BJ saw the problem in his head first. External duties can help him stay sane, but first he has to make a decision about that in his head.
That's a fact. True. For sure. He definitely needs to get that help, for sure.
This fucking guy. Oh, hold up. It says, preach, Robert, so true. And then he goes, amen. And then amenos for Mexicans. This fucking guy. Wasn't the lick of blood against Sean Shirk? Yep, I believe it was.
I think so. I don't even remember at this point. I feel like he had a couple massive fights like that.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me pull up this weekend's what?
No. I just wanted to mention another thing. Go back and listen to Joe Rogan's podcast with Rafael Lovato Jr. That sucked. Listening to that story from that guy, everything he went through to just get the title fight and then to win it and now have to basically let go of his title that he worked so hard for over health, commission. Well, again, but it's also the commission, right? They can't agree whether he can or cannot fight. Like they keep studying what's going on with him, but they can't even agree on what to do with him.
That shit right there, low-key terrifies me.
100%.
That motherfucker is in tremendous shape, rolls, gets hit all the time, feels great. Bro, I wake up in the morning and I can barely move. I hear that shit. I'm like, if that motherfucker's got that, I'm probably about to die.
Dude, Derek Lewis got some shit too. I heard he was on the nosy shit. Now he's like,
damn. They've got to, like, them motherfuckers got to be in better shape than me by proxy.
Right. It's fucking crazy. All right. This weekend, we got UFC out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico at the Santa Ana Star Center. First fight of the night, Mark De La Rosa's on the card. We were talking about Montana's husband. Macy Kielsen got the replacement that she needed against Shanna Young.
I dig that fight.
Yeah. Daquan Townsend against Devin Clark's on here. Jim Miller's fighting against Holtzman.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right. John Dawson against Nathaniel Wood. Tim Means against Dana Rodriguez.
Gonna save his hair.
I don't know what it looks like right now, but I hope he fixes his hair. Then the main card, Lando Venata, Yancy Medeiros, Ray Borg still fighting against Rogerio Bontorin. Brock Weaver against Rodrigo Vargas. De La Rosa versus Romero Borella. So almost thick legs, and fair enough.
Oh, okay.
The wild fight should be probably main event, but still, Diego Sanchez against Mikael Pereira. And then Big Nips against Jan.
That's a rematch too. I wasn't hit for that.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, it's from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. So that's this week.
Corey won the first one too in a decision.
Right. That's this week, this Saturday. Next Saturday, we got Puff Elder, Dan Hooker. It's gonna be fight. It's fire. So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. What's up?
No, I was gonna say
Teo. Teo says, remember TJ Grant? Dude got a concussion in practice and never fought again. Dude, he was supposed to get a title shot.
Yep.
He was next up for a title. That guy was wild. He was supposed to get a title shot and never fought again. Whatever happened to that dude? Like last I heard, he had like a regular job again.
I think he had he got like it was kind of wild to get a concussion or something. And
he
look him up.
They never like recovered from it
ever.
Yeah, he was wrestling, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it was TJ that he was wrestling against, and TJ sprawled as TJ Dillashaw. As TJ Grant went for a takedown, and I guess he slammed his head into the mat and gave him a concussion that he just never has recovered from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
Yo had TJ tripping.
I'm trying to see. I can't find anything that happened. I know he retired. I don't know what he's doing now, but I know he's retired.
Dude, somebody mentioned he had like migraines and vertigo. I think for a while he couldn't even go outside because of the light, the sensitivity to light. I mean, listen, like concussions are like a big deal, for everybody. You can be concussed from very minor things and be changed forever. But I mean, these guys, it's just crazy that one stupid little, takedown defense changes a dude's life forever.
Well, I mean, like, dude, fucking, there's been studies where, like, when your kids are, or anybody, they take a soccer ball and bouncing on your head, juggling, whatever. You're bouncing the ball off your head. There's like tiny little concussions you can get out of that. So it's like we're fucking like human beings are mad fucking like fragile, man. All right. What up, Brando saying 505 in the house. Burke and Rio stand up. Are you going to the fight, dude? All right. Roll call. Who do you guys have for this Saturday? Anderson or Big Nips or Jan? Fred, start with you.
Classic case of I want Jan. Big Nips probably wins.
Yeah,
I would like to see Jan win because I feel like if he wins, it'll be more exciting of a win. Some sort of cute fucking submission or fucking TKO or something. But I don't know. I got this habit of hating on fighters
and they win.
They do really well.
Yeah.
But the more I hate on Roxy, the better she does. The more I hate on Corey, the better he does. I could have never particularly knock out Johnny Walker. So
keep hating on Roxy. Keep hating on Roxy. You might have to eat her ass at some point.
Yeah, no shit, right? So Corey Anderson, man, more likely.
I'll be there going live and talking shit. There you go.
Hey,
man. Get him, Brando. All right. We got one for Anderson. Teo says Corey. No one's saying MMA guy says Anderson. No, everyone's picking Big Nips, dude. So you're probably good.
Well, what about y'all? What do you think? Quickly before
I got Big Nips.
Yeah.
So
come on, Jesus, be the contrarian. Jesse. Tell us why Jan's going to win. Since everybody on the fucking panel picks Nips, I'm sure you're going to pick Jan.
Damn you for knowing me so well. Okay, let me put on my Skip Bayless uniform here. Okay, listen. The only reason I want Blachowicz or Blachowicz?
Blachowicz, yeah.
Are you sure? All right, whatever.
The second one, but
whatever. Jan, I want Jan to win due to the fact that I don't want to give Corey Anderson the opportunity to be there, win, and be able to get a title fight against John Jones.
Dude, watch him get a title shot and actually beat John Jones.
That's the problem. That's what I want to avoid.
Hey, so if wish Reyes would have gotten that win. After that, everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck, I wish you'd have won."
But see, here's the thing. That's what I don't want, and so I think that Jan has to derail this hype train. This what's Corey Anderson's new name? 24/7 still, or 25/8 or whatever it was.
Overtime now.
Overtime now. Okay.
Overtime.
Stupid.
Oh God, that was better than 25/8. Anyway, you guys are right. It's Corey Anderson's fight to lose, but I think Jan has the ability to hurt Corey Anderson and maybe do something, in the stand-up department. I still don't believe that Corey Anderson is that good of a striker. Just because he knocked out his last opponent, doesn't mean anything. Right. But here we go.
Real quick, Otis cleared things up because TJ was a savage, Grant was savage, destroying folks. He was going to fight Benson Henderson for the title. Chris Holdsworth was the one that was injured by TJ Dillashaw. Anyway, sorry, continue.
True.
Jesse.
And yet both of them have still not competed, correct?
100%.
Yep.
Yep. I think Holdsworth was the coach for a while, right? At Alpha Mill?
Him and the other dude that left. Anyway, yeah, you're right.
Buckles? Justin Buckles?
Yeah.
So I believe Jan Blachowicz by TKO third round.
Watch Big Nip be the one to dethrone John. That's what I'm saying.
No,
ain't nobody want Corey Anderson to be champ.
Please go ahead. Please.
Seriously, but get out now. God, I wish Dominic would have beat him. All right, nice.
That's what it was. Beast in 25-8.
25, yeah. All right, all right, folks. We're out of time. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we get out of here?
No, just go back and listen to that Rafael Lovato Jr. It's a good podcast. Everything that guy went through just to get to that fight, every injury he had going into that fight. It's amazing the performance he did.
That shit will make you start thinking about calling your doctor and setting up a fucking physical right after listening to that shit.
Dude. Get this fucking blood tested ASAP.
Immediately. All right. Shout out to everyone to tune in tonight. Appreciate you guys. MMA Gods, Teo, Split Decision Podcast. Make sure you guys hit them up. Give them a follow. Otis, Lepidolite 2009. There you go. Sean, appreciate you tuning in, dude. Robert.
Shout out to Jody's husband.
Shout out, hey, good for you, sir. Good for you.
He fucking needy for some pussy right now.
You got you a good one, sir. My boy Brandon's gonna be in the house this weekend. In Rio Rancho, not Rio, Brazil. Who else we got on here? Jody, obviously, who went to go do her thing for real. Good. Seriously though, like good for you, dude. Like she knows what she got to do. Anyway, that's what I saw on one of the tweets. It's like, if that's really Conor McGregor, D's not doing her job. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Kairos was here for a while. Hey, start doing those video things. Y'all should just go back and forth on video on Twitter.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, everyone wants to tune in tonight. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the shit. I get, as usual, all the follows, all the social medias. KeepWarriorsMMA.com at SWAT1983 at Kirby_MMA at Elo32. RipTheWarriors.com and PrizePros.com are the sponsors. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great week. Enjoy UFC this weekend in Rio Rancho. Diego Sanchez, please don't get totally murked because that would just be sad. Yeah, that's going to do it, folks. All right, good night. Good night, Wilshire.